you haven't seen it yet, go check out the trailer for our newly announced 3D animated web series called META RUNNER. We have been working on it with our team of artists for a very long time, and man, are we thrilled to finally officially announce it.
To me, there has always been something incredible and unique about META RUNNER. I was extremely eager to know more about the series and to see what exactly Glitch Productions had in store for its viewers. Throughout their videos, they were promoting the series with little teasers, giving us a look into this futuristic world centered around video games, starring one of the fan favorite characters called Tari. Just in case anyone's clicked on this video and has no clue what I'm talking about, I'm talking about this underrated animated web series called META RUNNER, created by Luke and 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗘𝗥. I'm not gonna bother pronouncing that.
I can't read.
The wonderful owners of the YouTube channel SMG4. META RUNNER is about an amnesiac cyborg girl named Tari, who's awoken to a world where society revolves around video game, speedrunning, and esports, as she discovers she has the uncanny ability to warp into video games. I rarely enjoy 3D animated shows, but as I mentioned earlier, there's something about this series that makes me really appreciate what it's going for. A part of me believes that it's because SMG4 envisioned it, created it from the ground up, and with some help and funding, made it towards its final piece. But as for today's video, I would just like to reminisce back on this wonderfully underrated series, META RUNNER.
This is Tari in a very early stages. She was meant to be 100% a robot.
Yeah, she had like a Bomberman antenna, headphones and stuff.
And her jacket was very simple. It was just like the basic, it was a hoodie just with a love heart on it. It was really simple. And she had a D-pad.
When Tari first made her appearance in the SMG4 video, Mario the Ultimate Gamer, I didn't think much of her. I assumed that she wasn't going to be a recurring character in the series, but then everyone started liking her and demanding to see more of her, and so she became one of the major characters of the SMG4 series. At first, her only redeeming trait was that she loved video games, but as time went on, they began to expand her character, as in give her more things to do, and more personality, and more involvement with the gang, and eventually in whatever wacky thing Mario is doing. But eventually, in my eyes, she became a decently fleshed out character, but never before did I imagine that she would get her own non-canon spin-off series. I was skeptical at first glance, but still intrigued to see where they would take this.
We wanted to make our animation series for as long as we can remember. The two of us and a team of 4 amazingly talented artists,
Bless those people.
are finally making it happen.
Honestly, it's been insane. We never thought we'd go from 2 kids making dumb Mario videos in their bedroom all the way to a full-fledged production studio.
From revisiting META RUNNER Season 1, it's just reminded me of how fantastic it is as a series. To have a world centered around video games is a pretty good idea since it's going to appeal to most audiences in today's society. I also love the idea of having a type of player called a META RUNNER who is part cyborg, and it just really gives that futuristic feel and is kind of what this whole series is all about. All around this city environment is plastered with propaganda related to video games and anime, and if you look closely, you'll even be able to catch the logos for Crunchyroll and of course SMG4. A nice neat little feature and a brilliant way to tie in the people and companies that made all of this possible. Just like her SMG4 counterpart, Tari is very kind and polite, yet insecure and shy at most. She is shown to be a pacifist, usually trying to resolve problems with her words rather than her action, which is ironic since in this series, well, be it not her fault, she seems to almost like a danger magnet, as she often finds herself getting hurt or in danger. However, one thing I love about her character is that unlike her SMG4 counterpart, she is more willing to make rash decisions. I won't go through every single character since they all got their own charm to them, but if I had to scale it down to my 2 favorite characters, it will be Lamar and Tari. The animation in this series is really good. As mentioned before, I don't really go for 3D animated series and it's not really my cup of tea, but I gave META RUNNER the exception and honestly, I don't regret it. The landscapes of every open location seem really ambient and beautiful. The citizens of the world seem real and not like they're just placed there with no life to them, and this is shown filmed mainly in one of the locations called Silica City. The characters are extremely expressive and have this realistic feature to them, especially when they are displaying emotion. Can't help but notice that they seem to have more movement expression rather than facial, but that isn't much of a bad thing. It may be just a bit of a nitpick, however it's still great. The storytelling in this series was done so well. I was really hooked with each episode, my favorite being episode 8 and 9. I love how this series is surrounded in mystery, but can also have these moments where we can slow down and have a moment with the characters who can shift the tone to something more lighthearted. Then things can get back on track and get serious, and it's executed so well here, which is a surprise because I never saw it coming. Compared to the story arcs SMG4's previous series has, this by far is the best. META RUNNER is such a fantastic and underrated YouTube series, and you could argue that it's not that underrated because it's got millions of views, but to me I feel like it's a wonderful series and it deserves a lot more recognition. However, by the looks of things, its ratings are pretty decent and it's got a second season coming this fall, so if you're watching this video and you're intrigued, keep an eye out for it, and you better believe I will. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. It really means a lot. If you like what I said and you feel like this show is really underrated and it deserves more attention, then leave a like and leave a comment as well. I was meant to get this video out ages ago since SMG4 actually followed me back on my gaming Twitter account, so I feel like I had to make it this video. So like I said, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, perhaps subscribe, and hopefully I will see you later. Take care.